Konnichiwa, my name is Logan Charles Luna, and this is going to be another sketchbook tour in my art alternative sketchbook. So right here, this page is lapis lazuli and peridot. And next one is koichi and yukiko. And we have some Ava fan art, which is Asuka and Mirai. Then we have Asuka and, of course, everyone's best girl. Next, we have some JoJo's fan art. And this is specifically part 6, Foo Fighters, Jolene, and Hermes. Some Trash Taste fan art of a little anime mascot. The female version. And of course, the anime MILF version. Some Anri Yokita fan art. Hitomi Tanaka fan art. Kaho Shibuya fan art. And some Biken fan art. So the next ones up are going to be very Biken heavy. This is Biken and all my other go-to characters in Guilty Gear Strive. A New Year, Year of the Tiger version of Biken. June Lovejoy fan art as a Joshi wrestler. Dorohedoro fan art of Noi and Nikaido. This is some artwork of my OC Takara. Some Wonder Woman She-Hulk fan art. Attack on Titan fan art, you have Mikasa, Annie, and of course Pike or Peak. And you can't have Attack on Titan fan art without Sasha and your girl Hanji. Jujutsu Kaisen fan art. June Lovejoy fan art again. Some Sydney Lando fan art. Fan art of one of my new favorites in Stardom, Lady C. Of course, if I'm making Stardom fan art, I have to include something with Mayu Iwatani. Jade Cargill fan art. Hikaru Shida fan art. I was really bored this day, so I decided to make a God of Destruction version of Godzilla. Then I made a War Machine version of Mechagodzilla. And this is just some fan art of my favorite form or version of Godzilla, which is Shin Godzilla from the 2016 film. Next is some fan art of the Monster MILF trio. You have Sylvia from Konosuba, Lady D, and Hachi-san. Some Mushoku Tensei fan art, Ghislaine with Roxy. Some Fate fan art. And this fan art is a little bit out of left field, but if you know who Tiger Joe is, then you know who Tiger Joe is. Some Darkstalkers fan art, Felicia in Year of the Tiger style. Some Nier Automata fan art. I think I made this like the week of or the week after they announced that they were making the Nier Automata anime, so here's some 2B fan art for you. And you know, everybody was really into and playing Elden Ring for a really long time, and people still play and talk about Elden Ring. But I really enjoyed Horizon Forbidden West. It's not a better game than Elden Ring. It definitely looks better, but that's not the charm of Elden Ring. Elden Ring is just, it's the perfect Souls game for many people. Fan art of Evelyn Stone with Puchita from Chainsaw Man. More fan art. Different approach to this June Lovejoy fan art, using more of my, I would say, fun or relaxed or just traditional anime style. This was the Evolution of Violence fan art I made, and it just, you know, to talk about how it's really annoying when people think that certain manga or anime were made just for the sake of being violent and edgy, when in reality that was some other stuff like Devilman. Devilman was really Go Nagai just shedding his Saturday morning cartoon phase and doing something he had thought of for a really long time. The downfall of Devilman is that there's no real ending to it. And I'm not kidding. There's another manga made by Go Nagai called Violence Jack, and it is a sort of sequel to Devilman that just continues the storyline of Devilman. And yeah, it's kind of ridiculous that, you know, you make something and then you realize you don't like the ending, so you make another manga to tie it into the ending you like the most, and you just kind of give up on that ending too. Being creative is very difficult, and making something that keeps people engaged is also difficult. That's why Berserk, the first volume of Berserk, is definitely Kentaro Miura trying to find his footing of how dark does he want to get. And Miura regretted a few of the decisions he made, but all of that really does make sense and is put into context after the Golden Age arc. And you see why Guts would be such a horrible person. Some Aiken fan art. If you know what Aiken is, well, hooray for you. Chainsaw Man fan art, Quangxi. More Chainsaw Man fan art, Reze. Now, again, I will never, ever make Makima fan art. I just won't. I won't bow. I will not bark for Makima. This Chainsaw Man fan art was like an office setting. Like, it's your first day at work and your senpai are these three goofs, and they're just gonna make your life kind of difficult. Alright, this is artwork of my OC, Takara. And just gonna keep going through these. These are just OCs, trying to finalize, you know, character design elements. So just doing different poses, seeing what works with the character for their personalities. And now here we are at another Monster MILF Trio fan art. This is the sort of retro classic Monster MILF Trio of the Bride of Frankenstein, Morticia Addams, and Vampira. Now we have a more 80-centric monster MILF trio with Lily Munster, Angelica Houston's Morticia Addams, and Elvira. And now we have the modern day monster trio, which is just all yokai, because you all know what yokai is. They're monsters in Japanese folklore. And speaking of Elden Ring, I finished Elden Ring quite some time ago. That was just like a few weeks ago. And of course, you know, when you do complete Elden Ring, there are 6 different endings. And a lot of people are using the Lord of Frenzy ending because they just want to watch the world burn. But, you know, some people have chosen the wholesome ending of marrying Wurani and no longer becoming maidenless. Some Atom fan art, or Astro Boy as he's known more famously throughout the world. Outlaw Star fan art of Aisha Clan in her Firecat wrestling outfit, but in more Year of the Tiger and her transformation form inspired. Carol and Tuesday fan art. So this series was just a bit of me testing where I am as far as it comes to my 2 different art styles. So now we have the Hex Girls in the art style I preferably use, and the Hex Girls in my more fun, loose anime art style. And that's it. It's the last page. So that's where the video is going to end. And we made it all the way through the art alternative sketchbook. And just, you know, retrospect, got to go all the way back to the very first thing I drew in here, which is Dio and the world in a Dia de los Muertos theme, because I got this sketchbook around October, November, and I really wanted it to have those Day of the Dead vibes. And I had just come off doing Berserktober, so really needed a change of pace when it came to drawing just in grayscale. Now here's something a bit more colorful, pastel, a bit muted in certain areas, but definitely pops with a little gold tints. Alright, my name has been Logan Charles Luna. Follow my social media at LCLX25, both Instagram, Twitter. Consider joining the Patreon and donating if you want to see more of my artwork or want behind the scenes on my manga and stuff like that. Sayonara.